the truth is that when you're actually trying to be excellent, when you're trying to move in the right direction, there's a lot of blessings out there. But here's the problem. Our brains don't want us to focus on what's going right. Our brains only want us to focus on what's going wrong. In the ancestral environment, not that long ago, 250,000 years ago, in the Pleistocene, we were on the savannah, hunting for food. Your brain paid a lot more attention to bad things than good things. And the reason was because a good thing, I found a gazelle around the watering hole. Hooray, I'm going to eat this week. Is a lot lower stakes than I didn't hear something sneaking up behind me, because that's the end of my life forever. So the result is that the human brain for Homo sapiens has been developed to literally have more brain space devoted to negative emotions than to positive emotions. We are better at resentment than we are at gratitude. We are better at fear than we are at delight. We're better at being suspicious than we are at being trusting. We're physically better at doing those things. That's called the negativity bias. And so the result is, if you're not being very conscious about your life, you'll be spending all your time angry and fearful and resentful and skeptical and cynical. And you'll be spending all your time basically in your ancestral environment as if something's trying to sneak up behind you all the time. And I know there's tough times for a lot of people, but we're not on the Pleistocene. I mean, we there's a lot that people can actually do, and focusing on opportunity as opposed to threat. It takes effort. But when you're focusing on opportunity as opposed to threat, kind of no matter where you start at this point, your life's going to be a lot better.
I mean, I would say through my experience, I think once you focus on opportunity, I think you understand what threats are really worth being threatened.
Tell me more about that. What do you mean?
So let's say, for example, how I grew up, and let me use football, for example. Let's say I know that I have to go against this opponent. There's 11 guys over there that I have to worry for, but as a safety, I have to just worry about the tight end and the receiver. So now all the other threats of the guard, the tackle, the quarterback, the running back are kind of shrunken down, and these are my only two threats now. So now I know that my job on the team in this position is to focus on those things. Now, when I speak about it in real life, it's okay, I live in Minneapolis. I'm walking around Minneapolis with my kids as if I'm living in Compton, California. I don't live in Compton no more. So now my threats and the opportunity, now I just I'm able to funnel down what is actually threatening me versus what was threatening me before where I was living. So I would say even just focusing on opportunity helps you understand what it is that you need to be worried about.
Yeah, no, that's right. So we do have a tendency to focus on threats that were real at one point in our lives, but aren't today. The threats change. They really do. And thank God, through the series of circumstances and hard work and personal responsibility in your life, you've been able to narrow the range of threats. But in your weakest moments, you're still going to kind of sprawl back out to that. That's a really, really normal thing. And especially, by the way, when you've got kids, because that actually stimulates your brain into the protector. And the protector is always looking for making sure that a cheetah is not going to come and pick off your offspring, whatever that happens to be. That's literally how that's the ancestral environment. But that takes metacognition. And simply that means paying attention to what your brain is doing and making the right decisions as opposed to the decisions that naturally come. We can do that. We're higher order beings, man. I mean, it's so amazing that when we understand that we can make decisions not just about what we want to do, but what we want to perceive and what we want to think. That's power.
Yeah.